Okay folks, we're going to record a video on how to create a saved query in Maximo. We're going to start out here at the login screen. Again, you can find this login screen by starting at the Office Physical Plant webpage, clicking on Maximo, and then again on Maximo. Enter your user ID and password and sign in. From the Start Center, as a supervisor, you can then navigate to work order tracking by clicking here under Favorite Applications, or you can use the Go To drop-down, Work Orders, and select Work Order Tracking. Once Work Order Tracking is open, what you're going to do is you're going to come up to the Advanced Search option and you're going to use the arrow or triangle that is beside Advanced Search. Click this. This will open options and you are going to select the Where clause. The Where clause defines what the system is searching for. If you do an advanced search where you open up additional fields, every time you enter information it builds a new Where clause. So in this case we're simply going to skip right to the point and enter a Where clause directly. So at this point you should have received an email that I have sent you, and there's going to be information here where it says at the appropriate point you will copy and paste this information. So this is that point. Open the email that you were forwarded or you were sent, and you want to highlight all of this information. You want to right click and copy. Then come back into Maximo, into this Where clause field that you've opened in Work Order Tracking. You want to delete all the information that is there presently, and then you will again right click and you will now paste the information that you have copied from the email. If you take a look here, I'm going to highlight an area, and this one happens to say area 1. This area information needs to be specific to you. All you need to do is change the number. So for areas 1 through 6, you'll notice this one has area 1. If you were Dave Brown, you could simply delete the 1, enter a 2, and then as soon as you are done putting in the appropriate number for the area that you are, you will press Find. The system will now perform the search where we are simply looking for all active work in your area. This will bring up a list that you can then download to Excel, or you can continue to look through the system using Work Order Tracking to get further information other than just the status and the location. You could look at specific assignments, and you could also make changes to the work orders at this point. Once this search is done being performed, we are going to save the query. So the query that I performed, I changed to area 2, and it brought up 109 work orders. Now I want to save this query to use later, so I'm going to come up and directly right here on the word Save Query, I'm going to click this. It's going to bring up a Save Query box, and I'm going to enter this as area 2 active work orders. You need to also give this a description. So to make this easy, I typically copy and paste the name and make them the same. I'm not going to check either one of these boxes, public or default, and I'm going to hit OK. Now this query is saved, and anytime I want to run this, I can simply, if I want to start out with a blank page in Work Order Tracking, I can navigate again using the Go To drop-down link. The top left selection box in your screen here will have a list of your saved queries. And you can see the query that I just saved, area 2 active work orders, is here. You'll notice I already have area 1 through 6 because I created these queries for you to be specific to your area to make sure that they worked. So again, in your case, you will simply start out with a blank screen, come down and select Where clause under Advanced Search. You will go to your email and you will copy the information that I sent, come back into Maximo, delete the existing information from the Where clause, and paste the information I sent you. You will then need to verify that the number in the area selection area of this where clause says the area number that you represent. So in this case, again, I'll show changing from area 1 to area 2. There does need to be a space between area and the number, so don't delete too many spaces. Once you've pressed find, you will actually run the search, and once the search is completed, you will then save the query and give it a name that you will remember. This concludes how to set up the saved query. Again, refer to the email that was sent for the specific information. If you choose to, as an alternate, it might be easier to see in your email. You could also change this number from this part of the location in your email to the appropriate number before you copy and paste. If you have any questions or concerns or problems, please contact me directly and I can cover the information again, or I can visit you in person to make sure that this works appropriately for you. Thank you very much.